Galway is home to the sea. Its air is fresh and cold and smells of fish caught that morning. Vendors selling produce and handmade soaps wish you a good day as you pass by. Remnants of its time as a port for Spanish traders lingers in its architecture and the numerous tapas restaurants on the West End. On the Salt Hill Promenade, you smile at the bird watchers as you take in the Atlantic Ocean for the first time from the other side. Having just gotten accustomed to the 20-minute average of your treks around Dublin, you're pleasantly surprised that everything here is within 5 minutes of each other. You wander to the square where the town hosts its annual Christmas market. Couples and families take turns on the Ferris wheel, and a father buys a donut for the young girl on his shoulders. At dinner, you watch the early stages of a night out unfold in one of Galway's more contemporary bars. Hen parties gather around low wooden tables and giggle while the football match glows on the screen behind them. Dolled up for the night, they order their Jameson and Cokes while Michael Jackson plays over the speakers. That night, your bunkmate at the hostel stumbles in somewhere around 4 a.m., muttering something incoherent in Spanish. His sinus-rattling snores don't lull until dawn. The next morning, as you window shop for everything from children's toys to wedding dresses, someone looking for directions asks if you're from around here. You smile and shake your head. In the streets, buskers bear the cold to compete for the attention of passers-by. Through these medieval alleyways, muffled tunes seep through the walls of the pubs. Every chalkboard sign reads the same. Live session at 2, 5, 9, 10:30. You pick the one with the Gaelic name, unbury yourself from your scarf, and find a stool. After a while, a fellow traveler says hello. A photographer from France, he asks if there is anything like this in the States. And there's not really. France has mastered the cafe, and the US the online coffee shop. But there's nothing quite like the pub. Informality is built into its structure. Come at any hour of the day, stay for as long as you like, sit or stand anywhere just so long as you don't get in the van's way. At the center of life is conversation. Aided by spirits, both in humor and in the glass, patrons don't shy away from the true Irish tradition of swapping stories. Age, gender, and whether you're in front of the bar or behind it means nothing so long as you're willing to talk and listen. Accompanying these stories is a steady stream of music. Listen long enough and you'll get a little lost in it. After a while, you're convinced that the man leading the group must be the only accordion player who has ever lived. The sole proprietor, he is responsible for all of the accordion music you've ever heard. He's always looked like this, the same faded blue wool sweater and furrowed brow, broken only by a smile when he cues his fellow musicians or hears a hep from the crowd. His hands, square, with wide fingers, are red from nimble use of his tools. They remind you of your grandfather's, and maybe a little bit of your own. On the bus back that evening, you spot a few road signs that tell you Dublin is however many kilometers away, and you try to do some mental conversion. It's black as midnight by 6:30, and a feeling sets in. It's the same one you had on every road trip your family took when you were younger, when you would sit in the back seat and stare out the window until falling asleep. You feel it every time you drive fast down unfamiliar roads in the dark. It's impossible to make anything out beyond the road barriers, but every now and again a small yellow light shimmers in the blackness, not really illuminating anything, just informing anyone noticing that there's life in the in-between. Thanks.